This was stage 4 from today's match, so let's take a look at it and break it down. And as a note from today, this being kind of a preview of the coverage we're looking at for Area 8, I expect we'll be doing things like this, we'll be recording things like this throughout our coverage, our time at Area 8, throughout the entire match. But it's also the kind of thing I think we'll probably hold off from airing until Sunday, because breaking down a stage like this may give people who come to the match later a competitive advantage, and that's something we don't want to do with the coverage that we're bringing. So you start this one here, where that shooter is, where that shooter's standing. He's on a toes on, or a feet touching start stick plate staked into the ground. The general flow of this stage is from the front to the back. You could go the other way around, but there's not really any reason to. We'll just work, I guess, from left to right and then down range. So the first position of interest is over here. In the corner you have that section, this section in here. So there's a popper there that activates a swinger, and that swinger has a no-shoot on it. So that's it takes a little bit of extra caution to avoid pulling shots down and into there. There's an open target as well. You can choose to hit that after the activator and then go to the swinger, or you can go to the swinger first and then save the open target for backing out. The next position of interest is about here, because there's a port in that wall, and that port is the only place that these targets are available from. So the popper's there. That's a pretty substantial shot, maybe 20 yards or thereabouts. And the first of the paper targets here has a no-shoot on it halfway up. After you've done the front, you then kind of flow down range through here, and there are a couple of ways that this makes sense to do. So you have to come to this corner pretty hard to see this target here. From there, you can either let your momentum carry you out and around, or you can take the drop step out and then come around the wall, staying inside the shooting area. So there are kind of the target order following that sort of depends on what you choose to do. If you're coming up this way, that target is open, and that's the hardest lean you need from that position. So you probably want to start there and then kind of work your way down. That gives you this guy. You can kind of back out on him, but he gets taken away by the barrels here and here pretty quickly. So it's kind of like a slightly uprange backward walk if you're going to do that. If you take the drop step, you have a nice open target to enter on, and then a partial paper here, again a no shoot, and then this target here as you kind of fall out of the shooting area there, and let your momentum carry you up and to the top. So from the top, you're either coming this way if you choose to back out of this position, or coming in this way, but we'll come to that in a second. So from here, the obvious thing to do as you're coming in is to take that open paper and then work your way around one way or another. So you've got this target here, this mini popper, and then there's a paper target hiding behind that barrel. If you go the other direction, that sets you up very nicely for the shot on this one, which lets you go directly from left to right across the stage. There, there, and there. And that's pretty much how that one broke down. There was some variation in the order of operations. Some people would take the port first, some people would take the swingers first up front. In general, though, the flow of the stage was, again, from that uprange left corner around and then downrange.